Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
I'm Brent Apperson's neighbor.
Yes, and I'm Dave Burney's neighbor.
I have to ask you a question, neighbor.
Yeah.
Did you start watering your lawn at all this past weekend? I didn't look. I try not to look over. I don't look over there to check out what you're doing. So I just wanted to know.
I didn't. No. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. No.
Well, I got to tell you.
Okay.
Joni and Chris across the way started watering their yard.
Oh boy!
This past weekend, I think.
Is your neighborhood one of these that is like kind of keep up with the Joneses type thing? I mean.
Well, no,
Okay.
not at all. Not at all. No, we don't compete, and I sometimes I covet Chris's super sport that he has inside the garage there. There's a hot rod in there, but
yeah.
and Joni's orange lawnmower that matches the color of the Chevelle. That bothers me a little bit. That's that's kind of a step up.
Yeah.
But Joni started and Chris started watering this past weekend, and we started watering our trees. So I don't know if they were copying Joan watering the trees. It got them going. Maybe they were following our lead in the neighborhood. I just wanted to know if you had started watering, because it's dry,
It is dry, yeah. And I saw maybe a few sprinklers going when I was out and about over the weekend, I guess. Probably not a bad idea, I would say.
Oh, boy. Well, let's just leave the neighborhood alone. Yes, it's dry,
Okay.
Red flag today. Tomorrow's going to be in the 80s.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the winds are going to be blowing at 35 miles an hour, so...
And the humidity will be about 13%.
Yeah, it's going to be
that's
dangerous
not good.
tomorrow, and pretty dangerous today. So red flag up. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow will be even more chancy for fire situation.
Okay.
So I like your clean-shaven face. That looks good today.
Thanks,
Much
Dave.
better than last week.
I did it just for you.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yep.
Neighbor, brother, co-host, and brother and son all in one. Hey, good morning, Mom. How you doing, Peggy? How's it going? Good.
Yeah.
Jim? Excellent. Spent a lot of time with some family this weekend, and I know that a lot of you will be doing that. If you didn't, you maybe had an early Easter this weekend, or you're going to get together and have some ham together next weekend. Just the guy on cue that will come in today to help us with our ham and our sweet potatoes and salads and desserts would be Steve Fowler, who is the manager of the grocery cart in Broken Bow. He'll have some Easter specials that he's going to tell you about.
So when you go to, listen, we all go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
We know that. When you go to the grocery cart, do you say, hey, Joan, let's go to the grocery cart? Or do you say, hey, let's go to the cart? Or do you say, let's go to the GK?
Well, I'm a very low-life person. I very seldom say that phrase at all because I seldom go to the grocery stores with my wife.
Oh, okay.
I really can't give you a kind of a theme on that.
I see. All right. All right. Well, that's okay.
Don't go there, neighbor, please.
No, I won't. No. I do.
Well, I know you do.
Yeah. It's kind of like It's like a date. Like the closest thing we get to a date anymore. So let's go to the grocery store together.
Well, let's thank Steve when he comes in for keeping your life romantic. Then,
Yeah.
speaking of that, I'm dying to get my next booster shot.
Oh, that's right. With you, one of the side effects has always been more romance.
Exactly.
You feel more romantic.
Yeah, and I think pretty soon we'll be able to get one.
Okay, well,
Can't
good
wait.
for you.
Let's see here. Oh yes, wanted to remind you we're going to do the school lunch menus, and I wanted to remind you of the Prairie Pioneers Easter dinner on Thursday of this week, April 14th. They'll be serving from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Please call by Wednesday of this week on April 13th to let them know you'd like to come and enjoy an Easter dinner. Michelle Wallace will be joining them to talk about food and diabetic food care. Diabetic foot care. But I had all fits together. You know, if your diet and your feet. I'm trying to get through that one.
Wow.
Tried to smooth that one over. Didn't work very well. But anyway, it does say eat, drink, and be hoppy.
Okay,
At
good.
the Prairie Pioneer Center, and they're going to have Michelle in to talk about diabetic foot care.
All right.
But, you know, you don't have to take that in if you don't like. They just love to have you for all the good food.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Sure.
Would you like to know what they're serving today at the Prairie Pioneer Center?
Oh, would we ever?
Goulash today. This is at the Prairie Pioneer Center in Broken Bow. Carrots, applesauce, garlic bread, and pudding on the menu today at the Prairie Pioneer Center.
All right. Let me find my pen there. At Arcadia Schools, chicken Alfredo.
You just seem revved up today. I don't know, you've got like a bounce in your step. You're just like, woo.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I really wasn't until the breakfast show theme. That's what gets me going in the morning.
Yeah?
I really kind of walking around like a zombie here, and all of a sudden over on the other side on Casey and I bring up the breakfast show theme, and it just gets me revved up.
Okay. Well, good. Great. Gothenburg today. Choices include chicken legs, pepper jack cheese burger, and pizza at Gothenburg.
At Ansley today, Sloppy Joe's.
Thetford today looks like chicken strips at Thetford.
Litchfield, grilled hamburgers.
All right. SEM today, chicken strips at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
Callaway, $1 million spaghetti.
Ooh. Sandhills School in Dunning today, hot dog, French fries, and cookies.
Ooh, let's see here. Anselmo Myrna, Italian melt, breaded beef patty sandwiches, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
All right, kind of similar at Broken Bow today. Also breaded beef patty sandwich, Italian melt, fresh baked ham and cheese sub, crispy chicken salad with roasted flatbread, and grilled chicken deli wrap. Your choices at Broken Bow Middle and High School today.
Kristen's probably on her way to work here this morning, and Kristen, if you're listening, could you print us out a new Cozad lunch menu for this week? We'd really appreciate it. Brent and I really appreciate what you do, and we'd love for you to print us out a Cozad menu if you can find that for us. Thank you so much.
Sargent today, for lunch, chicken strip wrap with lettuce, cheese, and salsa, fruit cup, corn milk salad bar at Sargent today.
All right. We're going to play the game in a moment, but first, birthdays. Locally. Let's go back to yesterday. I happened to see a couple yesterday that we probably should mention. Dean Hadel. Pastor Dean, right?
Yes, I'd be Heidel. Dean
Heidel.
Heidel.
Is it Heidel?
Yes, it is. It's Heidel.
It's got an A in it.
Yeah, it does have an A in it, but I believe it's pronounced Heidel.
Have I always called him Hadel?
Yeah,
Sorry, Dean.
I'll be honest, I don't think so. I think you've usually said Heidel.
You want me to call him Dino?
Well, you could. Sure.
Pastor Dino?
Yeah. I think it was like a big birthday too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a, well, let me just say it's got a 5 and a 0 in it.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, Dean. Heidel.
Heidel.
I bet I've been saying Hadel and it's spelled like that. names are
I've
just.
never I mean we've interviewed Dean before. You've talked to Dean. You talk to him. You visit with him. I've never heard you say Hadel.
I just call him Dean.
Oh, okay.
I try to avoid the full name whenever I can, and never get it
and
right.
we're finding out that that's good that you do that.
Here's some that I'm pretty sure of. Straightforward Mike Nelson celebrating a birthday. Teresa Klebb. Now, that's one that people who move from away never get right because it's spelled Klebe, but it's pronounced Klebb. And living here, I knew that, known the Klebbs for many years. So I got that one right. And also Natasha Dalby is celebrating a birthday today.
Wonderful.
Or that was yesterday.
Okay, yesterday.
Today, Tara Williams is celebrating a birthday. Natasha Dalby is today.
Okay.
And Kathy Kettleborough is today.
Oh, wonderful. Happy birthday to everybody.
Yeah. I think I got everybody. Did I mention Ronnie Cole?
I don't think you said that one.
That was yesterday.
Well, that was yesterday. Okay.
Birthday, yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
I think I got them all in there. Let us celebrate some stars of sorts. Josh Stone is 35 today. Does that ring a bell for you?
No idea who that is.
He's a British soul singer who rose to fame with her debut album, The Soul Sessions, which won second in the season. She won the second season of The Masked Singer.
Wow. Okay.
She was a sausage.
Oh, wonderful.
God. I never did figure that show out. Peter Riegert, and they have a pronunciation deal here for me.
Oh,
so
do
I'm pretty
they?
sure I got that right.
Well, wonderful.
It looks like Riegert, but
Okay.
it's pronounced Riegert.
All right.
75 today. A lot of roles, but everybody thinks of Peter as Boone. To be Boone to us. Happy birthday to one of the favorite Animal House frat boys.
Oh, okay.
Will Tudor is 35, a British actor who played Oliver in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Also starred in the HBO series Industry. And I don't know this one either. Stephanie Pratt, it's Pratt, 36, reality star. And she was, she is the reality star and sister of Spencer Pratt. Does that mean anything to you at all, or Pratt?
No idea.
Pratt or
who they
Pratt?
are. I'll be honest, I did not know one single birthday that you mentioned from the celebrity list today.
You didn't know the sausage?
No. Well,
You watched The Masked Singer.
I did. Yeah, I have watched some of The Masked Singer. I don't know. Is it still on?
I have no idea.
I haven't watched it in a while.
It
But
just
yeah,
looked like-
we watched The Masked Singer maybe a little bit.
I never really understood that one.
You never really embraced the concept, did you?
No, never did. But that's all right. It doesn't make it right or wrong or
No, it
good or
doesn't.
bad. It's
No.
just personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
So today,
Yes, today. What's today?
International Louie Louie Day,
Oh,
celebrating one of the most recorded songs in the history of rock. And it's Richard Berry's birthday, who wrote the song clear back in 1955. I think a lot of people didn't really remember that Louie Louie or Louie Louie was that old of a song, written in 55, performed by everyone who ever had a band, including the Kingsmen, who really had a big hit with it, Paul Revere and the Raiders, John Lennon, Led Zeppelin and the Grateful Dead, Billy Joel, and the Smashing Pumpkins, just to name a few. And all the garage bands ever created in the world played this one time or another. Yeah.
Okay, so she's good.
Yeah, it wasn't
Just
very
didn't
good the
get
day
off to.
before.
I was going to say didn't get off to a real good start.
3-3 and then,
So,
down the drain.
Okay. All right. Well, here is your question. Of course, Easter's coming up on Sunday. So this week, questions are related to Easter eggs. Okay.
Makes sense.
Today's question, pisanka is the art of decorating an Easter egg in various traditional designs using the Batik method, B-A-T-I-K. In which country did this originate? Your choices are the Philippines, China, Iceland, or the Ukraine. Pisanka is the art of decorating an Easter egg in various traditional designs. In which country did this originate? The Philippines, China, Iceland, or the Ukraine? Those are your choices. If you know, call us at 872-2801.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
Are you considering remodeling some rooms in your house? Maybe the kitchen could use new countertops. I know the living room could use a fresh coat of paint. Well, stop in at Ansley Lumber and Supply in downtown Ansley. Their line of Benjamin Moore paint never disappoints. They also offer Cambria quartz, granite, and laminate countertops that would complement those new cabinets. Ansley Lumber and Supply also has an amazing selection of cabinetry hardware to update your new kitchen. Stop by and check out the selection at Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
And we have Nancy on the line. Good morning, Nancy. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
We're doing well for a Monday. Pretty nice day in store for us. Here's Brent.
Okay, Nancy, here's your question. Pisanka is the art of decorating an Easter egg in various traditional designs. In which country did it originate? Is it the Philippines, China, Iceland, or the Ukraine?
I'm just going to guess Ukraine.
You're right. That is exactly it. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a certificate that's going to get you a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. So come on out and see us when you can.
All right. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate you calling.
Thank you, Nancy. I'll show you my Ukrainian egg sometime.
Yeah?
I dropped out of class, though.
Oh. Did you happen to watch the 60 Minutes interview with President Zelensky last night?
We were with family and missed it.
Yeah.
Maybe go back and watch it. Yeah.
It's worth it.
It's
I don't know what other people thought of it, but I walked away going, I just don't know how you cannot have tremendous respect and admiration for the man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow.
I agree.
And they showed some pictures
Oh, that's bad.
from the Ukraine. It was tough to watch.
Yeah,
it was tough to. It really was.
Not something that's easy to look at. That's for sure. Here in America, we're very, very blessed.
Yes, we are.
It's Easter coming up this weekend, and we had Palm Sunday this past weekend, and so we're getting out the menus for Easter and ham and all that sort of thing. And as we previewed earlier, we've got the man right here. The guy from the grocery cart, the man who can help you put all of those things on the table to gather and be thankful with your family. How you doing, Steve?
Good. How are you guys
Good.
today?
We're doing well.
Good.
You're looking good. I don't know what you did, whether it's the way you trimmed your beard or exactly
Well,
what, but you're looking sharp.
Grizzly Adams is gone. So
Yeah. I
Move
guess
on
it
to-
is shorter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't trust me as much now. It's just a goatee. So
Okay, we'll go with that.
yeah.
So, are you ready? You got lots of paper there. That means
Yep.
lots of specials for the folks coming into this weekend. So, jump right in. I know you
Yes.
got a lot of things you want to talk
Let
about.
me hop right into these
Oh.
savings.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to be closed on Easter Sunday, as always, so the employees can spend time with their families that work all year round at the GK. We're closed Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas holidays. So FYI on that, just to make sure you make plans to shop prior to those holidays. This ad runs from April 11th through the 16th, and we've got some great specials, as always, a third page of Easter specials. So I'm going to jump right in and talk about those. Best Choice bone-in spiral cut half hams at the GK Meat Department, $2.28 a pound. Frick's bone-in ham portions, $2.48 a pound. Cure 81 boneless whole or half hams, $3.98 a pound. And turkeys, frozen turkeys, are back on the menu at $1.48 a pound. So that's a great way to, maybe you don't want turkey for Easter, but pick up one of those turkeys just to have as a economical protein to have in the freezer for a later time, for sure. That turkey will go a long way. It'll feed a family, and then maybe some leftover sandwiches and stuff. So it's a good way to use that protein. Also, some great accompaniments to the ham and the turkey. We've got Mrs. Smith's pies in the frozen department, $3.98. Of course, to go with that, the Cool Whip 8-ounce tubs, 2 for $3. Rhodes frozen rolls, 24 to 36 count, $4.48 each. Red seedless grapes at the very low price of 98 cents a pound, so pick those up from the produce department, as well as the 10-pound bag of russet potatoes, $3.98 this week. Best Choice cream cheese, 5 for $6. Best Choice butter, 1-pound varieties, 2 for $6. King's Hawaiian dinner rolls, 12 count, 2 for $7. Olson's Angel Food cake, 7 ounces, $4.48. That should be displayed right next to the strawberries in produce. So definitely Easter's kind of the first and biggest hurrah for Angel Food cake dessert. So definitely pick that up this week. Jesse Lord fruit pies, 2 for $10 over in the aisle 11 department for the bakery there. Jell-O gelatin or pudding in a box, 4 for $5. Jet Puff marshmallows, 4 for $5 by Kraft. Best Choice vegetables, 68 cents a can. Of course, GK grocery department, the biggest department, so it's got a lot of great items. Best Choice cherry pie filling in a can, $2.68 each on those. Del Monte Deluxe Gold pineapple in a can, 3 for $4. Best Choice coconut 7-ounce bag, $1.48. And Best Choice brown or powdered sugar 2-pound bags, $1.48. So that's most of everything that's on that extra third page. Then we'll dive right into the regular weekly 2-page ad, starting in the meat department. Sirloin top roast, $4.98 a pound. We've got that in an 8-pound average. Apparently that comes in Cryovac, and you buy it that way. So $4.98 a pound is a pretty darn good price this day and age. Of course, Grocery Cart's Premium Age Choice Certified Angus beef is always sell on the beef side of things, including the ribeye steaks that are $12.98 a pound. So definitely pick those up while they're on a good ad price there. Pork sausage, of course, that's our own homemade pork sausage, $2.98 a pound, and 8-pound average center cut boneless pork loins by Hormel, $2.28 a pound. Pick up some tilapia fish fillets in the frozen fish department, 10 ounces, $4.28. And Oscar Mayer smoked slice bacon varieties, $5.98 each. Dairy deals at the GK. Ready whip topping in a can, aerosol can. When we get asked where that is a lot, that's over in the dairy department, over in the milk doors section. Bottom shelf where the juice is, $2.88 each on those. Blue Bonnet margarine, $1 each. We have Best Choice heavy whipping cream in a pint, $2.88. Shed spread country crock, $3.88 each. Best Choice shredded or chunk cheese, $1.78 each. Sour cream by Best Choice, 16 ounces, 2 for $3. Frozen foods this week at the GK. Mr. Dell's hash browns. Got to get those frozen hash browns or confetti potatoes for those famous cheesy potatoes. $4.58 for the Mr. Dell's variety. Marie Callender's lasagna, always a nice option for a meal, $13.98. Edwards pies, those Edwards pies are mainly the cream style, like coconut and chocolate and all those, $5.48 each this week. Pick Sweet Farms vegetables, 4 for $5, and Blue Bunny ice cream, 2 for $7 in the 48-ounce containers. Moving on to grocery savings, but before I go into those, don't forget those orange tag savings, TPR savings throughout the stores that you can save on in-store every time you shop at the GK, so be looking out for those. Grocery deals this week: Village Hearth Classic White Dinner Rolls, $2.68 each for a 12-count package. Plenty of great pop selection, chip selection this week, so check out all those deals on our ad. You can find the ad on Facebook and at our website. A lot of you get the email that has the ad attached to it as well, so pretty easy to find. Kraft barbecue sauce, 98 cents each this week. We also have Campbell's cream of chicken or mushroom soup, 10-ounce varieties, $1.38 each. Great if you're making a casserole or a green bean casserole or something like that. Plenty of other great items in the grocery department to save on this week as well. Farm fresh produce, fresh asparagus, $1.98 a pound. Golden ripe pineapples, 2 for $4. Cauliflower, 2 for $6. Broccoli, 2 for $4. Green onions, 68 cents each. Celery, $1.78 each. Fresh strawberries in a pound package, $2.98. And cucumbers and baby carrots, both at an economical price. Carrots are 98 cents for a pound bag, and cucumbers, 88 cents each. On over to the fresh deli this week: Kretschmar Black Forest ham, $6.48 a pound, and white or yellow American cheese by Kretschmar, $4.98 a pound. Sliced to order, of course. Plenty of great salads to choose from, so pick your favorites up for a side for a Chester's chicken meal or one of our daily specials, or just pick it up to have with some meal that you're having at home. And of course, the grab and go special, second to none. Looks like we might have sushi back in the house this week. We had a lapse in that again last week, so be looking out for that. We'll make more announcements on Facebook as they are definitely in stock, back in stock on the sushi, so be looking for that as well. Daily specials in the deli, though, this fine Monday: number 3 tenders meal by Chester's. Tuesday, Chester's number 1 snacker combo meal. Wings on Wednesday, Chinese cuisine on Thursday, and Friday fish and shrimp. So pick out your favorites and get into the GK and satiate that hunger for lunch for sure. Gregory's cookies, dough in a bag, so it's the frozen pucks. Just like most of this is same stuff, a lot of the same stuff we bake off fresh in our bakery, so it's good quality product. Get those bags this week for $9.98 each. Fresh baked dinner rolls, one of my favorites from the bakery, by the dozen, $3.68 each. Swing by the wine and spirit shop for that favorite table wine, maybe for the Easter spread, or just that favorite wine or spirit that you love, or maybe find a new one to pick up. Rewards bonus items: last but not least, big and meaty summer sausage from the meat department, $6.58, earn 700 points each. Clementines in a 3-pound bag from produce, $3.98, earn 400 points. Reese's classic salads, 15 to 16 ounce varieties, $2.98, earn 300 points. Create a treat Easter egg kit from the bakery, 4-count, $3.98, earn 400 points. Peter Pan peanut butter, 2 for $4 for the small container, 200 points each. Sara Lee Artisanal or Hawaiian dinner rolls, 12-count, $2.98, earn 300 points. Pillsbury pie crust, $2.75, earn 300 points each. And Mr. Dell's hash browns, smaller bag this time, $2.98, earned 300 points. So all the fixings you'll need for the Easter spread, for the family get-togethers, and for your weekly meal needs, all at the GK. On top of that, you can pick up in aisle 1 plenty of Easter candy left, egg dye kits, sidewalk chalk, bubbles, and all sorts of goodies for spring fun. We'll hope the weather holds out for Easter, but mainly, as you gather with your families, it's a blessed time to be able to be with your family and enjoy it.
Yeah, very, very important, and we're looking forward to getting together with the folks that we don't see all the time.
Yeah,
and enjoy some of those things that you talked about.
Absolutely.
Green bean casserole. You a fan?
Yeah, I don't mind green bean casserole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah, it's one of those side dishes that only gets props around the holidays,
Yeah.
but for the most part, and there's probably some of you out there that make it on occasion throughout the year, but I know I usually only partake of it when it's holiday time,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it
But
seems that way.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Kind of depends on how you like it on top, right? How crusty you like it on top.
Like a lot of the French fried onions. I'm a
Do
big
you?
French fried onion fan. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you can get it at the grocery cart.
Absolutely.
Closed this Easter Sunday, as you
Closed Sunday, yep. Normal hours all around it, but closed Sunday.
said. Okay. All right. Thanks, Steve.
Yes, thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Happy Easter to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Breakfast Show continues with these words.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report as this Ukrainian army volunteer prepares to face Russian forces in the east.
Everybody a bit scared. That's normal. That's war.
47 days since the invasion.
From land, sea, and air, Russia has unleashed sustained misery on the Donbass region for more than 6 weeks. There's not much that hasn't been reduced to rubble in cities like Mariupol. Those who've escaped denounce it as worse than hell.
CBS's Deborah Pata in Kyiv. Satellite imagery shows an 8-mile column of Russian weaponry heading towards the Donbass region. From Ukraine's president, a plea and a challenge to his U.S. counterpart.
President Biden can enter history as the person who stood shoulder to shoulder with the Ukrainian people.
Volodymyr Zelensky on CBS's 60 Minutes calling on the Western democracies to send serious weaponry now as if their own countries and peoples were under attack. CBS News special report. I'm Vicki Barker.
Here is a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. Nebraska state senators voted last week to override Governor Pete Ricketts' line-item vetoes on 3 budget bills, including one involving the Mopac Trail. A governor veto slashed half of the $8.3 million that had been approved to complete the Mopac Trail in Cass County. LB 1013 originally passed on a 33-5-11 vote and gained favorable votes in the veto override to 41-5-3. Cyclists say completion of the 8-mile gap in the Mopac Trail will connect bicycle-friendly routes from Maryville, Kansas to Omaha. Right now, the trail runs west of Omaha to South Bend and crossed into the Platte River on the lead pedestrian bridge where it stops. After the 8-mile gap, it picks up an unincorporated Wabash and goes into Elmwood and Eagle. Governor Ricketts had said private funding must be part of the solution to balance taxpayer dollars. A new medical school facility aiming to address a shortage of rural healthcare workers is getting the go-ahead from the unicameral. The Nebraska legislature gave final approval to legislation allocating Nebraska's share of federal American Rescue Plan funds on Thursday. $60 million of the ARPA funds are approved to go towards a proposed rural health complex on the University of Nebraska-Kearney campus. The complex would be a collaboration between UNK and the University of Nebraska Medical Center. LB 1014 was initially sponsored by Senator Robert Hilkeman of Omaha, with Senator John Lowe of Kearney as a co-sponsor. The bill now moves to Governor Pete Ricketts' desk for consideration. The governor has until Wednesday to sign or line-item veto the package. The complex would be UNMC's first built to educate physicians in rural Nebraska. UNK plans to add a Master of Health Administration, and the institutions are considering a joint College of Pharmacy degree program. According to a news release, $60 million from the state would go toward construction and startup costs. NU expects to raise $25 million in private funds, and an additional bill to provide program funding is still pending in the legislature. The impetus behind the project is to train doctors in rural Nebraska so they will stay and practice in the area. UNK says 14 Nebraska counties lack a primary care physician, and demand is high for more nurses, dentists, allied health professionals, and mental health professionals. The rural health complex would be located directly north of the existing health science building. It would be completed as early as 2025.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In golf at the Masters, Scotty Scheffler wins the green jacket for his first major victory, finishing 10 under par, 3 shots better than Rory McIlroy. Tiger Woods finished 13 over par in 47th place. In NBA news, Lakers head coach Frank Vogel reportedly going to be fired on Monday. As for the end of the regular season in the NBA, which was Sunday, Nets knock off the Pacers 134-126. Brooklyn finishes 7th in the East. They'll host Cleveland, who finished 8th in the play-in, which starts on Tuesday. Cavaliers end of the year beating the Bucks 133-115. Timberwolves Timberwolves lose to the Bulls 124-120. Minnesota's 7th in the West. They'll host the Clippers, who finished 8th in the play-in. Clippers beat the Thunder 138-88. Hawks over the Hornets 130-114. Atlanta finished 9th in the East. They'll host Charlotte, who finished 10th in the play-in round. Hornets over the Wizards 124-108. Pelicans lose to the Warriors 128-107. New Orleans is 9th in the West. They'll host San Antonio, who finished 10th in the play-in. Spurs fell to the Mavericks 130-120.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll see a mixture of clouds and sunshine with high temperatures working up to 64. For tonight, a slight chance for some showers, a low of 43. And then back to the sunshine on Tuesday with a warm high temperature of 80. Winds becoming gusty, turning to the west. For Tuesday night, a chance for rain could mix with some snow showers late as lows drop to the middle 20s. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Is your current financial advisor really listening to you or just waiting for his or her turn to talk? Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin,
your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we are here, ready to listen. We want to know what's important to you. We want to learn about your goals so that together we can put you on the financial path that's right for you. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
9 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, 28 degrees outside. Now, here is the situation that we have. I happened to be outside looking at the sky and seeing if it was windy. Steve Fowler walked out. I said, Steve, and Jessie is here, and we're going to talk with her in a moment from the Rotary. Is this sky, is it partly sunny? Is it sunny? Is it partly cloudy? Is it mostly clear?
This is when you say if you doubt a clarification as to what it really is, this is where you pull out the word fair. You just say it's fair.
But what does fair mean?
Exactly.
It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It doesn't. I don't think it does. So when you don't really know, you just say fair. That way all your bases are covered.
Let's just wait till Jessie gets in here. We're going to ask her what it is.
Okay.
Because this cloud cover is increasing, but the sun is still shining through the thin layer of clouds.
So in other words, it's fair out.
I guess. I don't know what fair means. Never have. Let's get a little Joe Cocker going, and let's get Jessie McCaslin in the studio to talk about Broken Bow Rotary.
Easter savings. We will have special Easter eggs with an extra 20 to 50% off one item. Some exclusions do apply. What an excellent time to shop. Explore the savings this week at Beau Bouterie, Monday through Friday 9 to 5:30 and Saturday 9 to 4 on the east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Get the used equipment you need now. Purple Wave Auction sells hundreds of pieces of heavy equipment each week at no reserve auction. Items are selling in your area now. Bidding is simple. Visit purplewave.com to get started. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
8:15 now, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to talk about. Oh, I heard a bell.
8:15.
Oh,
8:15. That's what my alarm just said. Time to be here.
Oh, you're right on time, Jesse McCaslin. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good. Quickly, before we talk Broken Bow Rotary, what's your opinion on the sky today as it changes? Is it partly sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it partly cloudy? Is it mostly clear? What's your opinion on that?
I'll be truthful. I was rushing to get here, so I was watching the road. But I did check the sky because I look every day, and the only thing I noted was there were no smoke plumes. That's the only thing I worry about anymore.
Good point, and we were talking about that earlier. Today and tomorrow, at least, we're going to be under the red flag situation, and we don't need any more of what's been going on, that's for sure.
No.
So I'm glad you looked for that reason. Now, what's going on with the Broken Bow Rotary? What's coming up? What do you want to highlight?
Well, yeah, we took a few months off, it seems like, where we relaxed and had meetings and had speakers. That's not that that's too relaxing, but it seems like it after the running around we had last year. So now we're starting to pick up the running around again. So let's see, where do I want to start? We decided, of course, Ukraine with the conflict and everything going on over there, we are supporting them. And they do have posters that or yard signs, I guess they are, that we could purchase. But we decided to make a donation, and Rotary International as a group is making a donation to help with the conflict and help the people in Ukraine. And so we're really happy to be part of that. More locally now, we are still looking for a candidate for RILA. I don't even think we have had an application come in, but we know March 31st was the due date for the applications. We might be able to fudge somebody in. So if you still have a high school sophomore, junior who's interested in going to the Rotary Youth Leadership Academy, get a hold of us because we might be able to get them in. It's a really great thing. It takes place at Halsey, so it's relatively close, and it's a really good leadership program. And the students that we've sent in the past have learned a lot from it. And we've heard back from students who went 3 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe not 3, that was 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever. And we've heard from students who've gone, 30 years ago.
Yeah. So it has a long, an event that they always remember, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it has been. So, and then we've had some fun activities planned. A few weeks ago, we had an extra meeting, usually on the 5th Wednesday of the month. We have a get-together and a social and have fun with that. But we decided this time we were going to actually have a meeting, and we invited Chris Anderson, Officer Anderson, and Sam, his canine dog. And we wanted to hear about the canine, what they do for our community, and what they're kind of looking at. Because, of course, you guys know they're looking at in 3-4 years when Sam has to retire, purchasing a new dog. And so before we voted on whether or not what we wanted to donate to that, we wanted to know what they did.
Yeah, good idea.
And so we invited Sam and Officer Anderson in, and it was a really fun meeting. Officer Anderson answered all our questions, and then he brought Sam in, and he had hidden a few items around the library, and Sam found them right away. But what was funny was the very first thing he picked up, his nose was so sensitive that he went straight for the Ziploc baggies that Officer Anderson had brought the items in. The item wasn't even in it, but it was the closest thing to him, and he hit on that right away.
So the scent was still there.
Yes, and the bags, not like they were open. They were just laying on a table off to the side, but it was the closest thing to him, and so he picked up that drug smell right away. And so it was a lot of fun to see that. He's a really nice dog. Some people worry about the canines and how vicious they can be or things like that. But my preschooler was there, and he'd bring a ball right up to him and drop it, slobber and all right at his feet, and sit there and wag his tail waiting for him to throw it. And so it was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
And that you kind of just did that so you would know more about the dog before you thought about things down the road.
Yeah, well, and that's what we said. We wanted to know what he did. What was he trained to do? Because you have what Officer Anderson called a dual-purpose canine, and those are the ones who are trained to sniff out drugs, but also take down somebody that needs to be taken down.
Mm-hmm.
And our dogs in Broken Bow, the ones that they look at training and bringing in, are not dual-purpose, and so they are canines that are made only. I think somebody higher up takes care of making them. But these canines are trained only to pick up the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're still a dog who loves to play, and they're pretty friendly, It was great.
Good,
It was
good.
a lot of fun.
Sounds like it was.
Yeah. And then last week, just throwing them in there, we went to AeroSeed and got a tour of their facility. And they gave us some really good pointers because we're working on that pollinator garden this spring out at the fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so we toured the facility with Jim and Deb. And then Jim gave us some really great pointers on what we needed for the pollinator garden, how to do things, what types of things to do to keep weeds down. I mean, they know all that stuff.
They do.
They have a little bit of knowledge there from how many years of AeroSeed.
One of the oldest businesses around.
Yes, I can't even remember what he told us. I want to say it was there for like 70, before he even had it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was very interesting to see all that. I did not know some of the things they can do at AeroSeed. You don't just go in and you can buy seeds. I mean, that's the storefront. The stuff they do in the back was amazing.
Yeah, I had a short tour. It's been a few years ago now, and I was like you. I was going, I always wondered what was going on back there, but there's an amazing amount of things that they're doing, custom mixing, and it's pretty. Yeah.
I always assumed the storehouses were warehouses. That was it. They stored some stuff back there. That's what would happen in my house.
Yeah, that's what we all do. But behind these doors, there's something going on.
Yeah, they have big old machines shaking and baking, and
yeah, it's pretty cool. And so, for folks who don't know, the pollinator project is going to be out at the fairgrounds, and that's going to be located in the park, right?
Yes, we're right around the flagpole is what we're aiming, and we are looking at challenging 4-H clubs to come out and help us. I don't know if you want to call it a challenge, maybe an invite's a better word.
Mm-hmm.
Inviting the 4-H clubs to come out and help us, because those of us in Rotary are slightly older, and so we need some young backs.
Well, it would be a great education for them.
Yes. Yeah. Yep, and we're just hoping it would be both a beautification project for the fairgrounds and then very useful in terms of the pollinators. So we are going to be working with a National Forest Service ranger, and he gave a presentation to us last year on it. That's what gave us the idea. And we'll look up plants and grasses that are native, flowers that are native, and things that pollinators need. And so when we talk about it too, we don't think of just pollinators as butterflies, but bees, flies. I mean, all sorts, anything that flies and will carry pollen somewhere.
Yeah, and you'll see if the wind ever goes down, you'll see cobwebs in those plots where you're talking about the flies and the different spiders and there's a whole lot of different insects that play into this, not, as you say, just the bees. So it can be an ongoing educational process for 4-H groups and different groups as well.
Yeah, and that would be something we're hoping is that as it continues, like the 4-H clubs, we're hoping we got to work it out, but to split it up, and they would just have to go out there and they could weed it, a couple times in the summer, and they wouldn't have to weed the whole thing. It would just be their plot that they worked on. Yeah. And so we're still working that out, and we're going to approach the 4-H council with it and the 4-H clubs to see, because the other part of it is some of those clubs would have to come in from a little farther. Custer County's kind of big.
Yeah. And there's quite a few clubs out there.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. So we've got all that going. It's been a lot of fun. We have this Wednesday we are meeting at 7 a.m. at Prairie Grounds, and we will be going over all the things that we have going on. One of the most exciting things is, if you haven't heard about traumatic brain injuries, you can come on the 20th, April 20th, I think it is. I think that's that Wednesday, and at the library, and we are having the Nebraska Alliance for Traumatic Brain Injuries. They are having a speaker come in. And so it's very interesting. Traumatic brain injuries are very common, but a newer subject, and they're really just starting to research them and find out how things are affecting people and how much it's affecting people, how it can change personalities. And me, I don't know, maybe I'm just fascinated because I'm in mental health.
Well, there's, as you mentioned, we had a guest in a while back when we talked about this, and there's so much more to it than you can imagine. And of course, the brain is such a miracle anyway, and very complicated. An adjustment on it due to a impact or something like that, or stroke, it's we're just getting started, I think, learning on how to handle this. So this is a great idea, bringing an expert in. So
yeah, and it's, like I said, it's a common thing. You get concussions, a certain variety or certain amount or intensity, and car wrecks, like you said, a stroke, things like that. And so there's a lot there.
Yeah.
The big thing I want to talk about, though, is, and to get out there for people right away, is on June 17th. Okay, mark that on your calendars, everybody. June 17th, we are having our annual golf tournament.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Hang on. June 7th. I got it right there.
June 17th.
Okay.
Yes. June 17th. We're having our annual golf tournament in conjunction with Teammates. And we do have Des Moines Adams coming. He is a former Husker player, and he was just elected, assigned, I don't know how they do that there, to head up Teammates. So, he's like following in Tom Osborne's footsteps here. And so he will be coming to the event and golfing, and I'm sure he'd do some autographs and photos and things like that.
Sure.
And so, mark that down, June 17th. We will be starting, it'll be a 2-person team scramble, and we do like to have some fun things out there too. It's not just whack the ball with a stick all the time. That's about all I can do. There's one they had last year where you actually had to pick up the golf ball and throw it.
Well, that's all right.
That was actually the best shot I had at the tournament, was when you allowed us to pick it up and just throw it.
That would probably be me too. At least it would go towards the hole that way.
Yeah.
I am not a golfer, but it starts. It starts at 1:00 with registration, and then at 1:30 we begin play. And of course, we have great sponsors who come out there and they donate items for each of the holes, and it's a lot of fun. And so it does cost $60 per team. We'll have mulligans for sale and things like that. So I don't know, mulligans, is that what they call cheating? Where you get the
it's legal cheating.
Legal cheating.
Yes.
Right. And then again, Des Moines Adams will be there. Here's his official title, I guess, the Executive Director of Teammates.
Okay.
So that'll be quite the event this summer.
That will be a big event. Yeah. And is that still you probably said, and I missed it, still a 9-hole tournament?
Yes, 9 holes.
Okay. Which works out nice for people who can't maybe work in an 18-hole tournament. Takes quite a while. So I think that's what Brent liked about it.
Yeah, you can work in the morning and then take the afternoon off, which is what we've done because this is your third one, I believe.
This is the third,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've Gavin and I have played in the first 2, and it's a wonderful tournament. We've gotten to meet some people, and it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
So look forward to it.
And and the 18-hole, that would just be too much. And they said last year, I'm pretty sure my husband and brother-in-law were the last ones to come in. And so an 18-hole that people would be lapping them.
Might be dark.
If I remember correctly, the award that they won was the team that had the most fun.
I think you're right.
Is
That's
how they
true.
phrased that. Because I think Gavin and I actually won that the year before. The team that had the most fun, which usually means the team that
had the most strokes.
Exactly. So.
Yep. Yeah. That. I don't golf. I can't even golf in this tournament because I'll babysit the kids. But it's a lot of fun for the people who like to golf or who just enjoy getting out and having a a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that the tournament kind of started out with is, you can be an avid golfer or a casual golfer, but you can also just go out and experience golf for the first time if you want to. So
You just can't be a Jessica golfer because I'm way too competitive and I get mad.
Well, that's what my wife is. She doesn't golf because she doesn't ever finish. She gets upset and.
Yeah, I would be right there with she and I could go back
You
to
guys
the
could have fun in
clubhouse.
the clubhouse, yeah. So that's June 17th.
Yes, June 17th.
I have a feeling that might fill up kind of quick. So when can then folks start getting?
We will be getting posters out and registration set up soon. And so we'll just watch for that. We'll get it advertised. You'll see posters up around town.
Okay.
And I got to make those. So
when you get to that,
when I get to that and have it proofread on Wednesday, then they'll be going out.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, as always, a lot going on. Anything else you wanted to mention that we haven't talked about?
I don't think so. I think that kind of, we're going to be really focused on that golf tournament. And of course, we still have our Africa project that we're doing in Zimbabwe. And
I'd like to come back to what you started with was your activities around Ukraine.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Brent was just talking. He caught 60 Minutes last night, and it is a hard thing to watch. And whether you're one of those people that never watch the news or you're one that watches it every night, that kind of regulates how much information you're getting from there. But those people have shown their sturdiness and their will to save a democracy. And so groups like yours, if we can help, and as individuals we can help, it can be done. They can win, or at least protect the rest of the area that the Russians haven't taken before. So appreciate that.
yeah, and it's, you don't want to take sides. I guess it's hard to say. I don't know how to phrase that. But when somebody invades somebody else, it's really hard to sit back and look and as a human being not feel something for them.
Yeah.
No matter what the issue is.
Right. I agree. I think it is a little bit touchy, but in this case, they're a democracy trying to live the life they want to live as free people, and that's what we're all about. So it makes it a little more clear who we need to support here for sure.
Yes, I agree with that. We don't want to support a conflict, but we want to support the people, and that's where this is going to support the buildup and the people who've lost their homes and
about 4 million people are not living in their country anymore.
Right. And with Rotary, it's big. The countries around Ukraine, a lot of Rotarians, and I know a lot of other people too, have taken in people, and so that's where a lot of people are trying to help. It's harder, I guess, being this far away to do something like that, and so we do what we can monetarily.
Yeah.
So.
I think Poland has about half of those.
I think
people
you're right.
that have been pushed out, so that might be a place to start because they're doing amazing things in Poland. I think I saw where a volunteer, there was an old school that had been left empty for about 10 years, and him and his friends went in and made it into a place where people could live.
Wow.
For the time being, but they're going to run out of money. So those kinds of things we can help with.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yes.
Appreciate it. We'll take a time out. We'll continue with these words.
AeroSeed is your Gallagher Power Fence headquarters. They keep a large inventory of energizers, insulators, wire posts, and testers on hand because when you need fencing supplies, you need them now. And if you're looking to build a new fence, Gallagher Power Fence is a less expensive option than traditional post and barbed wire. If you're having trouble with your Gallagher fencer, bring it to AeroSeed and it can usually get fixed in-house. From building a new fence to putting up some temporary fencing, Gallagher Power Fence is the dependable and affordable way to contain your most valuable resources.
Easter is almost here, and Triple Bless Boutique is excited to be doing their own Easter egg hunt for their favorite peeps. Shop this week and find Easter eggs throughout the store. Pick one and you'll find savings from 10 to 30% off their regularly priced merchandise. They even have some children's apparel for those little bunnies. Shop Triple Bless Boutique this week for extra savings for Easter. North side of the square in Broken Bow. Triple Bless Boutique, where different is beautiful.
Sign up now for a chance to win the Extreme Experience giveaway. One winner will receive the drive of a lifetime behind the wheel of a supercar of their choice. Oh, by the way, there's no speed limit. You must be at least 18 years old with a valid driver's license to enter. We will draw one winner May 2nd on The Breakfast Show. Make sure to enter daily at sandhillsexpress.com/contests. The Extreme Experience giveaway is brought to you by
A1 Auto Repair in Arnold, Power Solutions of Broken Bow, and Muddy Creek Auto, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
balances. Set up Bill Pay so you never forget to pay a bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
8:39. Brent Apperson is here. He has his KBBN hat on. That usually means he's going somewhere on duty.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much, yeah.
Today is a pretty darn nice day for a track meet.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too bad. We'll be in Arnold today for you. We'll have live reports and updates of the South Loop Track and Field Invite, which is happening today in Arnold. It was originally scheduled for Friday, but moved to today, so we'll be there today for you. And we'll have reports that'll air on KBBN 95.3 FM. We'll try to do them hourly for the most part, and we'll start in the 11 o'clock hour.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Nate Bell.
Oh, okay.
Nate and Jack. I think that could be a really cool commercial.
Yeah.
Nate and Jack, they got your back at Universal Insurance.
There you go.
They also have a discount. Well, maybe I shouldn't go into that today. Maybe I should let that go. Just a minute. Speaking of let things
All right.
go.
Okay. Scratching your back.
Man. You know, that's what insurance is when you think about it.
Oh, yeah? How so, Dave?
Well,
I'm trying to follow the correlation here.
You pay a fee.
Yes.
And you sit down with your insurance person and you figure out what that fee is going to be for what you want covered in case something's damaged.
Yes.
Maybe the roof on your house, maybe the front end of your car.
Yeah, because you never know when something might happen.
So then after something happens, they scratch your back because you scratched theirs with some scratch.
Wow.
And then they cover most of the cost of those unplanned accidents.
Yeah.
So it's all about scratching.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow, what a tremendous correlation there, Mr. Bernie. That was really good. Universal Insurance wants to remind you that if you haven't done it already, this is a good time to review your insurance coverage. They can help you make sure that you are properly insured on all of your equipment, can help to make sure that your building values are at the appropriate levels, all before you get really busy with that upcoming planting season. So call Universal Insurance in Broken Bow today at 872-6438. You can stop into their office off Highway 2. Universal Insurance Agency, a division of GTA Insurance Group.
One of the things that happens sometimes when you don't have a object to talk about, such as cowboy boots, you can lose contact with someone you love very much. And I really care about Brad Adkins. I really do. We've had our differences along the way, but we're chums.
Are you?
We've had a lot of fun golfing together a few years back, and sometimes we get into deep conversations at the Red Table there in Arnold. And we could both come out of those conversations much, much smarter than we were when we first sit down.
Good.
And I just miss that. I miss it because we don't have anything to give each other a hard time over. That's kind of how, some friendships you need a little something to have a little battle about. Innocent, nonsensical battle. So I'll be thinking of something, but in the meantime, I'm wondering if I just drove over to Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold, if I wouldn't see Brad coming through the shop, maybe picking up some bagels or having a cup of coffee, and be able to visit with him right there and share our knowledge with one another.
There you go. Well, coffee with a friend is always a good idea.
It's a really good idea.
And there's no better place to share a coffee with a friend than Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts. As Dave mentioned, they're in Arnold. Hours are Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 5, open Saturday from 9 until 3. Make sure you check out their wonderful gift department, a lot of unique and novelty-type gifts that you can choose from, and enjoy a delicious drink and treat that they serve at Brubaker's Coffee House and Gifts in Arnold.
You know what today is?
What's that, Dave?
National Barbershop Quartet Day.
Oh, I like barbershop quartets. I do. I love the harmonies.
Well, who doesn't love watching four grown men in matching striped shirts and harmonizing in a cappella? And Who would not like that?
I don't know. I do.
But you know, if you can't hear it properly, if you're not hearing the quartet singing it and getting those beautiful harmonies into your ears, into your brain, inside your body,
yes,
well, you're losing out.
You are.
So what do you do about it?
Well, make sure that you can hear properly. And the way you can do that is to go see Roxanne at the Nebraska Land Hearing Center right here in Broken Bow. Roxanne, a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 30 years of experience. Do you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings? Well, if so, stop in to see Roxanne, offering some great things right now, including free hearing evaluation and free office calls, free extended warranties on new hearing aids, extended discounts for buying local, and something new, additional buy local discounts, free chamber bucks, free gift to the first 10 callers to schedule an appointment for new hearing aid fitting. So make your appointment today. Call Roxanne at 308-384-3852. That's 308-384-3852. Nebraska Land Hearing Center, located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building, downtown Broken Bow.
This is also another important day to recognize. This is National Teach Children to Save Day.
Oh, that's good.
So take your kids to a participating bank where volunteers will teach them how to save and manage their money and use credit to help build their wealth.
Good.
You could also learn more about that if you worked at a bank. And since this is National, Saving Day, might be a good idea. You know what? If I worked at a bank, I could work with people on making their lives happier because I could help them save money.
You could.
But you can't do that unless you're working at a bank, and we have an opportunity at Custer State Bank here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, to do just that.
That is correct. Yes, Custer Federal State Bank, the Broken Bow branch, has an opening for a full-time customer service specialist, looking for someone who's outgoing, positive individual who enjoys interacting with customers and is willing to learn. Duties include answering the phone, greeting customers, and processing banking transactions. It is a full-time position, offering competitive pay and benefits, including insurance, 401k, and paid vacation and sick time. If you're interested, visit the Broken Bow location for an employment application. Your contact person is Caitlin Peterson. You can visit with her if you'd like more information about the position. Number is 872-6486, or you can submit your application and resume and email it to Caitlin. And here's the email address, Caitlin, Caitlyn, @CusterFederal.com. And again, we remind you that when we announce job opportunities on The Breakfast Show, we post them as well on SandhillsExpress.com. So if you miss any of the information, just go to SandhillsExpress.com and click on the employment page.
Brent?
Yes, Dave?
You like kids, little kids?
Yeah, I do, yes.
Do you notice when they're happy and sharp and they have some things to say because they've learned some things along the way?
Yep.
Well, there's a place where if you have talents with kids, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to work around kids, we've got an opportunity for you. Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership has a position that might be just right for you if you have the qualifications.
There you go. They're looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler teacher in Broken Bow. It is a full-time position, good starting wage, great benefits. Looking for someone with their Child Development Associate Certificate, would prefer someone with an associate's or bachelor's degree in early childhood education, previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. Some of the general duties would include primary care and lesson planning for infants and toddlers, and conducting parent meetings and complete various reports. If you would like more information, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780, extension 0, or you can apply online by going to their website, which is centralnebraskacap.com.
This is also, and this is a Canadian thing, Canadian tradition, but it's National Poutine Day.
Poutine.
Poutine.
Okay.
What is poutine, you ask?
Yeah, I'm asking. I have no idea.
Sloppy mess of French fries, cheese, and gravy all mixed together in a bowl.
Oh.
It might look kind of gross, but there's a reason they go crazy for it up north in Canada.
Oh.
I think some people around here kind of do the gravy thing, and I don't know if they'd put it all together, but...
You said cheese with this too? Like melted cheese?
Cheese and gravy all mixed together with French fries in a bowl.
I like the thought of cheese on French fries. I like the thought of gravy on French fries, kind of. But I don't know if I want to combine cheese with gravy. I don't know. I
don't know. It might be one of those things you don't want to knock it till you try it. But
Well, true.
It does sound a little... Well, it was invented back in 1957. More information that you probably can't use here from us on The Breakfast Show. A trucker stopped in at a diner in Quebec, Canada, and asked for cheese curds on his fries. The story goes on. The word poutine is Quebec slang for a mess.
Oh, okay.
So a serving of poutine has about 1,400 calories. The average person would have to jog about 2.5 hours to burn that off.
Huh.
Much like many of the meals we have here in the United States.
Yeah.
If it interests you, tonight is the Country Music Awards tonight on TV.
Okay.
On CBS. Live from Nashville. Now, I don't know if anybody's going to slap anybody or knock each other around, but my guess, if it's cowboys and cowgirls, it won't be a slap. It'll be a right cross. But I think these cowboys and cowgirls are going to behave a little bit better than the Hollywood movie stars did.
I'm guessing so.
So this year's is hosted by Anthony Mackie and Kelsey Ballerini. So the fans vote on this one, who receives the award.
Good.
So you can watch that if you like, or probably watch it on a stream, or you can watch baseball, something else.
You could, yes.
We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we're going to learn about a pretty ornery guy.
Uh-oh. Does someone we know, or...
We've known him a long time.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
He's bad.
Oh.
Very, very bad. Stay tuned to find
Okay.
out who that bad person is.
Varney Health Mart in Broken Bow is excited to help you fill your Easter baskets. They happen to know the Easter Bunny, and they've put some of his favorites on their shelves, including toys, gifts, and decor. Plus, right now, it's 20% off. Fun candy, color-changing reptile toys, mermaids, and other dolls, cars, frisbees, games, and lots of other items perfect for Easter baskets are at Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
You've been asking, and it's happening. The Kahuna is back at the Bonfire Grill and Pub in Broken Bow every Wednesday. Swing by anytime on Wednesdays and get a ticket. Then come back at 6 for the drawing. You must be present to win. If your ticket is drawn, you choose one of 3 envelopes containing $100 cash, a chef's dinner giveaway, your choice of a meal prepared by the Bonfire, given only once monthly, or a gift certificate. If the cash isn't taken, it adds up and increases for the next week. Join in on the fun, the Kahuna drawing, every Wednesday at the Bonfire Grill and Pub in Broken Bow.
We are hiring. Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. We are growing and are looking for an energetic, results-oriented insurance agent.
all 6 of them.
Oh.
Now, does she keep all of these?
That's what I wanted to know.
That's been my question.
And it was not.
Yes.
That was not said in this little TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, she's got millions and millions in engagement rings if she got to keep all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ben had to give her 2.
Yes.
Like, well, what happened the first one?
2002, the first one.
Can't you just put that back on?
I would think so, unless she sold it. But because they have, been torn apart for 20 years.
Torn apart.
Well, there was an A-Rod in there, that little stinker.
Sure.
But that lasted for quite a while.
Well, they were engaged, I think.
They were.
Right?
So that was one of the rings.
And they had to, because of COVID, they kept having to postpone.
Oh.
Were they able to kiss during that period of time?
Why do I know all this? That's just not right.
Do you think they smooched during COVID? A-Rod and Jennifer?
I don't know. I should know more important things.
Yeah.
More about the economy and spend my time on better subjects. But yes, these are the things I know about.
Well, we just had that conversation a little bit ago. So thanks for taking part in it. What I was going to ask you actually though is the interest rates are going to inch up a little bit. They just had the one, and they're talking about a few more this year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been sitting on the fence, maybe thinking about this house that you were going to sell, or one that you were looking at, maybe that's been on the market, should that kind of move you along a little bit, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, yes, if you're especially your first time home buyers, and you want to get the best interest rate you can. I know they're inching up a little bit, but we were just at an all-time low that I don't know if we'll ever see again.
Yeah.
We've talked about this on the program before. This is still low compared to what you and I got for interest rates when we bought our homes. So it's still, people are kind of a little bit of a panic, but yeah, these are still, even if they inch them up, they're still low interest rates. So, and there's a couple of, especially first-time home buyers. That's one thing I want to talk about this morning. I have some, going, and there's nothing wrong with some of these internet banks. Not trying to say there's anything wrong with them. They're just not explaining. What I'm finding is they're not explaining to the first-time home buyers exactly what that piece of paper is saying. They're saying you're approved for X amount of dollars. And then down below it says, and you need 3.5% down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's explain what that 3.5% down is. I've worked with a few first-time home buyers, and I'm like, so you have that. That's your down payment. You have that in hand. And I get the blank stare. No, but we're approved for X dollars. I'm like, that doesn't matter. What matters is you have to have your down payment, and then we have to talk about closing costs. They don't go for closing costs with them either. And it's been my experience with the internet banks, the closing costs are higher with them, and they're asking for less down, which means they have to have, insurance on that loan, which first-time homebuyers don't understand. So one of the things I want to talk about is as a first-time home buyer, you can come talk to Kirsten and I. We have different options for banks, all different types of banks. I've worked with Rocket Mortgage. I think they're a little bit better. Their loan officers are a little bit better about explaining these things. There's a couple of banks Kirsten and I have worked with lately that we just shake our heads and we're like, they're not explaining anything to these, or maybe they're just emailing them. First-time home buyer I think they need talked to. You need language. You need to speak to them. So, and one thing I have found, there's a couple of banks that are doing first-time home buyer $7,500 grant. So for a first-time home buyer, so for down payment. So those are available. We can get you to those banks so that you can. I just sent a first-time home buyer to one of them to see if they would qualify. So there's things out there for first-time home buyers right now, and we have great banks here in Broken Bow too that will work with them that do secondary market, so they can get the best deal.
Yeah, I think there's the local banks have ways they can reach out with other agencies and get maybe save those first time buyers some money.
Exactly. And they explain it.
And explain it before you start or along the way anyway.
Right.
Is there such a thing as a balloon payment with buying houses, or is that more business side?
That's usually commercial side.
commercial.
I'm not going to say there's not some banks out there that don't do that.
Now, that's one you'd want to really study, I think, before you.
I don't like doing it with a commercial.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous.
Yeah, it's kind of what is it going to be 10 years from now? Right? Yeah.
Makes me nervous, but it's the way the banks have to do that. I mean, I get it.
Right.
So, but I don't know of many. I would definitely steer my buyers away from balloon payments or interest-only payments.
Mm-hmm. Interest only. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, there's some loans that are interest-only. I had a niece get into that.
So the principal just hangs there, and you're just paying the. Wouldn't it be nicer to do it the other way around? I think so, or partial. Yeah.
Yeah, it all sounds good on paper, and I think some of those interest-only ones were what got people in trouble in 08.
Oh, clear back then.
NYFA, they were a NYFA, and NYFA did a lot of that, and of course, that's what my niece was into. So whenever I hear NYFA, it just gives me
pains.
Yeah. Like no, and I think now, Mo, they're not all like that. I'm like, okay. So
well,
I look through them pretty carefully.
Yeah, I guess it would just seem to simple wherever you're listening from to start with your local realtor and start with your local banks and see what they have for you before you go traveling out on the internet. And like you say, they're reputable and they probably offer services that are fine. But I just don't know if anybody doesn't want to sit down and talk to somebody face to face, and then you're always going to have follow-up questions.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, if you're a first-time home buyer, come talk to Kirsten and I will get you on the right path. I'm very pleased that they are listening and everybody is at least trying to get pre-qualified before they start looking at houses.
Yeah.
And we've really pushed on that. And the reason being is the houses are lasting, which is absolutely crazy. I did not think this would happen in my lifetime in Custer County, but I've got houses lasting maybe a week.
Still.
Yeah.
So the market's still pretty hot then.
It is crazy. So right now on our website, we have 2 houses that don't have accepted offers on them. And we just threw like 4 houses on.
That was going to be one of my questions.
That quick. And I talked to Kirsten. She has one that we're just waiting on them to finish some things up in Sargent. We're going to get an acreage. We've got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath coming on, a 1-bedroom, 1-bath coming on, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I think we're up to, I have 9 written down that we're working on right now. Okay. So plenty coming up, and it's the right time, spring.
Yeah.
So, and the reason they're coming up is I'm talking to them about it's spring. Let's, what are some things we can do? Let's do some painting. Let's get some curb appeal going. Let's make the buyers, let's make more than one buyer, which is also happening. We're getting multiple offers on homes. So, I tell my sellers the better you can make it, the more offers you will have to choose from.
Yeah, that more buyers, makes sense. And so the house market is still hot. Interest rates are still at an all-time low.
Correct.
So this really is right now looking like this is going to continue for quite a while.
I think so. I was trying to remember where I was looking. I hate to admit it was probably TikTok. That's terrible. I watch way too much. Don't talk to my husband about it.
I won't.
He says I have a problem, and I do. It was a gentleman on there that was an economist, and I follow a lot of these, especially the housing market ones, and he thinks that by the end of this year, and we're talking big cities, that it's gonna. Not really the bottom drop out. That's not going to happen again, but it is going to calm down. What usually happens, and both of our kids live in Omaha, so my oldest wants to buy. And I said, Jake, what happens in these bigger towns is developers go, wow, more demand than supply, and they run out and they build subdivisions. I said, I think if you can hang on until at least this fall, I said, and ask around, see how many subdivisions, Omaha's not my market, see how many subdivisions are going up. That will level out your playing field in Omaha. Because right now, I have a gal that I went to school with in Ravenna, and she said she's having a heck of a time with her first-time home buyers because people are paying average is $30,000 over appraised value.
30,000
over appraised value in Omaha.
So back here in Custer County, we're talking about first-time home buyers, and then you have people who need to have a home they own, and they need a bigger home, their family's growing, or you have the circumstances where you have somebody who the family is grown up now and they really don't need the big house they are in. Maybe they need a house without steps. I mean, there's all different scenarios there. But really the tough part right now is with material costs the way they are, it would have been maybe that family decided they wanted to downsize, they would just maybe go build something on a one floor and make it exactly how they want it. And they may be able to do that down the road, but they might be able to find a house that fits their needs so they don't have to build right now too.
Exactly. Yeah. And I've seen this recently. We have a family that we found them something smaller, one level, and I think a family member is going to go, and take that house because very nice house, doesn't have to build, and then that house is going to be, that family. So it will rotate. Things will rotate, and because people are wanting to downsize, and then families are wanting that bigger house. We still need housing in Broken Bow. Like I said, like I was talking about, Jake, with Omaha, I saw in Kearney, my brother sold it exactly the wrong time. There was a development just being done over by the new vets building and all that. That's when they wanted to sell. So they didn't get premium for their house. If they would have just waited, another year and a half? Again, I mean, Kearney was fine for all of a minute.
Yeah, very short period of time.
And I don't think Custer County, we've got economic development putting some houses up. Ansley is putting houses up. Callaway is putting houses up. Kudos to them because this is a very difficult time to do that with the prices. I applaud all those entities that are doing that. We're still behind. I mean, we were behind to begin with. We should have been doing this 10 years ago.
Yeah. I think that a lot of times we just get busy and we don't pay attention to what doesn't affect us. That's who we are as human beings. But if you really just stop and look at the age of the housing in Custer County, it's not very new. It's a lot of post-World War II houses that were built, in a row in parts of all of our communities that really could be one big house on one lot.
Exactly. Yes.
And so there's a lot of things that the older housing is something that is kind of a little bit of an anchor on us. But on the other hand, those are also houses that first-time home buyers can get into as well. So
they could be affordable. Yeah. I have said, along with this building new, I really think flipping is a need in Broken Bow. I've said Mike and I for 2 years have been working on one. It's getting there. I don't think Mike and I are the solution for Broken Bow.
If you want to stay married,
since it takes like 2 to 3 years to do one, probably we are not the solution. But if there's anybody out there listening that it has the time and says that's really something I'm interested in, come in and visit with me. We've got some coming up that would be perfect flip houses. And like I said, these are affordable. And even if you're, you could be that flipper that I've got a lot of first-time home buyers that I don't think know how to do any of that stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, So there's YouTube. That's what my kid says. There's YouTube. Anybody can do anything. Okay. So, yeah.
Well, it's okay till I start driving the nail, but you know.
Well, I don't anything to fall down, you know, when I sell it. So, but anyway, if you have that, you have the know-how. You could be flipping some houses for these first-time home buyers. And even if you flip them, it's still not new construction. You're still in a range that they could afford, and you could be making some money.
Yeah. And if you're really pretty good at it, you could add on a bedroom out back too, and
yeah,
that
absolutely.
sort of thing. But yeah, it's the potential is there, and then getting really down to the nuts and bolts, and visiting with Keith Ellis and Liz Babcock and some of the people that are working on some of these projects. Number one on the top of the list is daycare for the kids, so that we can have both mom and dad working if they want to,
right?
Or if it's a single parent, so they can work if they want to. That's really kind of the top of the task list here.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but it all fits together. It's nice, though, that the people who want to sell houses right now have a good market to do it.
Yes.
You're ready to help them. You're ready to help the buyer, the first-time buyer, and other buyers as well. So it sounds like you're busy.
We are very busy. Yeah, give us a call if you want to sell, if you want to buy, if you want to flip.
Okay.
Give us a call.
Now, also take a look at your website. That's a very important part of what you guys do. And you can take a look at some of the listings. And do you have some virtual tours on there?
We do.
Okay.
We do. We threw some more up there. There for a while, I didn't even have to do a virtual tour of a house because it was gone. Pretty much when we put it on the website. So, but Go Ideal Realty is our website, and we got a new billboard up.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Gotta go look at it. Did you see it?
No, I've heard it's up, but I haven't.
The billboard. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I noticed you had a new one up.
Yes.
It's out here on the same place.
It is. Same place, but new billboard.
Yeah.
There you go.
Still the stars of the show, Kirsten and Mo.
There you go. Yeah, I want to do something different. And did you hear the movie? If you heard the movie I Love You, Man?
I don't know if I have or not.
It is not a very nice movie. My teenage son took me to it, and I was extremely uncomfortable during the entire movie. But Paul Rudd is one of the main characters, and he was a real estate agent. And his friend was going to help him out. So we helped him out by putting billboards up.
I see.
And they were funny billboards. So I Googled it. I go, I remember that movie. They're funny. Maybe Kirsten and I could do something. A lot of them were totally inappropriate. So the one that was not inappropriate is the one we kind of
a replica.
copied. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll have to take a closer look because I just noticed the other day it was different. So thanks a lot, Mo.
Yes.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks for being on The Breakfast Show. We'll be back with more right after these
There's
words.
a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
Hey, so you're a hardworking individual with no direct deposit. Not a problem. You still deserve free checking. Come visit us at any Nebraska State Bank location in Broken Bow, Callaway, or Myrna. We'll help you choose an account that best suits you and your current needs. No direct deposit needed. You'll even get free online and mobile banking because you deserve it. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
The University of Nebraska system helps drive the state's economy and success, generating a $5.8 billion economic impact on Nebraska each year. For more information, visit nebraska.edu/economic impact.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and whatever, just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At Farm Credit Services of America, agriculture isn't just a business, it's our mission. And so we work to be more convenient, accessible, and innovative to support each customer's business, help them manage risk, and grow their success. More than just another lender in agriculture, we work to be its most valued. Discover the difference. Nobody works for agriculture like Farm Credit Services of America. Agriculture works here.
Now is the time to choose Constellation as your competitive natural gas supplier. Constellation provides natural gas supply to homes, businesses, farms, and ranches across dozens of Nebraska counties. And we support 4-H and FFA in every one. Call 877-274-5710 or visit nebraskagas.com. But hurry, the selection period ends Thursday, April 21st. Choose natural gas supply from Constellation.
When you're up in your sprayer, working your soybean fields, where are you looking? In front of you, so you don't roll into a ditch? To your sides, to see how the boom is doing? Over at your monitors? Down at your phone? Probably all those places. But there's one more place you should look. Straight ahead into the future. Because how you're farming now will affect how you're able to farm over the next few seasons. If you're only using one side of action, weeds will only become more and more resistant to your preferred chemistries. That's why, if you've made the smart decision to plant Enlist E3 soybeans, don't stop there. Protect them with Enlist herbicides. Their superior tank mix flexibility easily allows for multiple sites of action. Together, you're able to better protect your soybeans and manage resistance beyond this season. Visit Enlist.com to see what a better weed control system can bring to your fields, now and tomorrow.
9:28, couple minutes left in the show. Brent, is there anything you as my co-host and friend and neighbor would like to bring to our audience this morning?
Well, we'll just remember, folks, that coming up we'll be in Arnold, Nebraska throughout the day for you today, giving you updates on the South Loop Track and Field Invitational. That'll be going on today. It was originally scheduled for Friday, but moved to today. So you can listen to those beginning at 11 o'clock, and we'll keep you updated hourly on KBBN Radio.
I got the scratcher out. You want me to give you a little scratch?
No, not really. No. Thank you, though. Appreciate the offer.
Maybe Emily wants to come in and give you a scratch on your back.
That's Bev's beautiful breakfast show back scratcher.
It's a dandy. Got the shoehorn on the other end, too.
Good.
Well, I guess that takes care of the show today. I just wanted you to know, you went to a private college, didn't you, Brent?
I did.
Okay, all right. I just want you to know that if you have any, problems with happiness, like some days you're not as happy as others, I just want you to know it has nothing to do with that you went to a private school or if you went to a public college. A study has been released.
Oh, good, a study. Love studies.
Will a private college... Going to a private college make you a happier person? ? Not really. No. According to a new UK study, private college students are no happier than those who went to public schools, or vice versa. The researchers found that even though private schools have, in some cases, better resources, it makes no difference in the student's mental health upon graduation. The only difference is the price you paid for tuition.
Yes.
So, don't worry.
Okay.
Be happy.
Thanks.
Doesn't matter whether you went to a private or a public college. Just wanted you to know that.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. Now,
appreciate the info.
Higgy Baby went to a public college. He seems happy. Emily, I believe she went to a public college. She's a very happy person.
Yeah.
Jeremy went to UNL. That's a public school, isn't it?
I believe so. I think it would be classified as such.
He seems happy.
Yeah. And you?
I didn't go to college, so that's why I'm bummed out all the time. That's what the problem is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, I'm going to go do some research. But
it's all right. It's never too late.
To what?
Go to college.
Oh, it's too late.